Okay, that's better. That's better. Now you can hear me. That was quite amusing watching me jiggling about all over the screen. Hi, I'm Elinor Predota, Priestess of Inner Truth, and you can find me online at elinorpredota.com. And I'm here today with a little Q&A Sunday, which is what I've called my experiment today, which is to offer you a little bit of inspiration, some meditation, and the opportunity to ask me any questions that you have related to what I'm talking about today, or related to my services, or how I can help you, or anything else about life, really. So let me just make sure the chat is on. Actually, let's change that to, Q&A is disabled, so let's make it chat. So I've turned the chat on, so if you have any questions for me, if you'd like to put them in the chat box, the group chat box, then I'll know you've got a question for me. Right, let me just get my little set of notes here. Brilliant. Okay, so hi, we have a viewer. Hello, viewer. As I was just saying, this is a bit of an experiment for me, so I don't know how it'll go, but hopefully it'll be of some benefit to you viewing. Hopefully it'll be enjoyable. And if you have any feedback, if you're watching this live, your feedback would be wonderful. If you're watching this later on YouTube, you can leave comments there to give me feedback there as well. Okay, so the thing I've been thinking about most over the past few days has been how simple connecting to ourselves, to our loved ones, to the environment, to the divine can be. How a lot of the time, if we're on a spiritual path, if we're part of a tradition, we may have practices that we do regularly, say every day or once a week, or whatever frequency, that are quite complex. They involve a lot of preparation. There might be ritual elements. There might be specific clothes. We might need, depending on the kind of tradition we're part of, we might need somebody's permission. Just say to myself, that's it. But actually, fundamentally, our ability to connect and our ability to uncover our own truth and to let that shine is really simple. And there is a place for complex practices. And it's really important just to reground ourselves in basics, in some fundamental basics, and the simplicity of that on a regular basis. So I'm going to read a poem which probably a lot of you watching this, either now or later, already know. One of my favourite poems, it's Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. And I just thought it spoke really clearly to this topic. So, Wild Geese. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about your despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting. over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. And if you want to look at, I really love Mary Oliver as a poet, and if you want to look at some of her work, and this poem in particular is in Dream Work, published by Grove Atlantic, and also in New and Selected Poems, published by Beacon Press. The thing that always strikes me first about that poem is the line, "Let the soft animal of your body love what it loves." Because I think one of the things we can get very complicated about is in our day-to-day life, and also in our spiritual practice, and in how we bear ourselves in the world, is moving into our heads, into an intellectual approach, into an idea-based approach to what we're trying to do, how we're trying to be, and also going after what we want. And the most fundamental thing about us in this world is our body, being alive. And all the basic, very basic facts of our body, our breathing, our moving, our eating, our sleeping. And returning our attention to those, relaxing and making our body a soft animal again, is one of the most important things we can remind ourselves of on a regular basis. So that's really what I would like to offer to you today, is a reflection on that poem and that thought about how important not only the basics, the simple basics of our spiritual path are, but also how important just letting our bodies relax is. And I'm going to take you through a guided relaxation now, and then if that's Brandy, hi. It'd be lovely to say hi in chat. And if you wanted to join me for a one-to-one chat in this broadcast, that would be fabulous. If not, then we'll see what happens. We love experiments, don't you? So I'm going to ask you to either sit down or lie down and close your eyes. If you're not if you're not somewhere where you can do that right now, go back to the YouTube link, which will be up on the Hangout page on Google Plus later, and you can do it then. This is just a really simple relaxation, and then we'll go into a few minutes of silence. Just silence. You can use it for meditation if you want, whatever that means to you, and just to enjoy, just to be relaxed into your body and your breathing, and then I'll invite you to come out of that again. So just get yourself comfortable and close your eyes. And just breathe out first of all. Feel your body supported by the chair or the bed or the floor. And just really become aware of your skin, of the edges of your body, all over your body. And bring your attention to the top of your head. And feel a warm relaxation spread through the muscles on your skull, through the muscles on your forehead. Feel that warm relaxation spreading across your eyebrows, the bridge of your nose, your eye sockets, your temples. Feel it spreading to the back of your head, around your ears, your cheek muscles. Feel that warmth and relaxation spreading around your nostrils and your upper lip, your jaw, your chin, your tongue. Feel warm relaxation spreading down throughout your head and the back of your neck, all the way vertebra by vertebra down your spine. Feel that warm relaxation spreading across your shoulders, down your arms, your upper arms, your elbows, your lower arms, your wrists, the backs and palms of your hands, and each one of your fingers on both of your thumbs. Feel that warm relaxation flowing down from your head to your neck, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers. Feel it spreading down your chin and your neck. Your clavicles, your chest. Feel it spreading out, this warm relaxation spreading out in the muscles between your ribs. Feel warm relaxation flowing into your lower back, your hips and your buttocks. Feel warm relaxation spreading into your abdomen, your diaphragm, your belly, your sex. Feel warm relaxation flowing down, way down your arms, your shoulders, your torso, all the way down to your thighs. Warm relaxation flowing down your thighs, into your knees, your shins, your calves, your ankles, the soles of your feet, your arches. Warm relaxation flowing into the tops of your feet and into every one of your toes. relax into that warmth. And feel your body softening. And just breathe. And if you feel an area of muscle starting to tense up again, just let that warm relaxation flow into it again. And flow through all of your muscles. Now bring your attention to your feet. Feel the soles of your feet. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Bring that movement up into your calves and your knees and your thighs and your hips, into your abdomen, your chest and your shoulders and your arms and your hands. And open your eyes. If you're feeling a bit spacey, you can pat your thighs, and you can also squeeze the end of your little finger and pull very gently on both sides. That's an Ayurvedic method of becoming present very effectively. So, I see we have one viewer. Are you able to get into the chat? Let me see if I can get the Q&A up. No, it says this feature is disabled. So, we just have chat. I'll put in, how can you read this? Just to see if our one viewer would like to engage. If you have any questions, you can start replying in the chat. If you'd like to join me for a chat live, you can pop that in the chat as well, and I'll invite you to join a Hangout Live, and we can have a chat about anything to do with relaxation, simplicity, spiritual practice, or anything else that you're interested in talking about. And if not, then I will just carry on talking. So yeah, I think we can make our spiritual practice really complex, and we can expect huge things of ourselves. I know I have to keep reminding myself to go back to simple and to go back to small, because what I do, because I'm a perfectionist and I have I don't think of myself as a high achiever, but other people tell me that I'm an overachiever. Because of those things, I have a tendency to start a practice, and I will try to, I will begin to make it really big and complicated because it needs to be perfect, because I feel like I'm inadequate, or my practice is inadequate, or it's not right unless it's complicated. So I have to keep reminding myself, go back to simple and to go back to small. One of the things that, one of the quotes that really helps me with that, even though I'm not a huge fan of Mother Teresa in general because of her history and some of the things that she did apart from her charitable work, I do love her quote that not all of us can do great things, but we can all do small things with great love. And I think one of the reasons I end up kind of going out of myself into this complexity and trying to make it something, trying to make my practice, or actually anything in my life, trying to make everything in my life more complicated and bigger than it needs to be, is because I lose sight of the love at the heart of it. And going back to simple and going back to small means actually coming back to center. Yeah. And how that's manifested in my life recently is I actually, even though I'm a priestess for a living, I actually have enormous difficulty with maintaining a daily and regular spiritual practice over the long term. That's probably why I'm teaching that, because we teach what we most need to learn. And I would start a practice and it would peter out after 2 or 3 days, and then I would think, oh, well, that's that then. And I would become discouraged. But what I've started doing now is I've actually got my alarm on my phone set 8 times a day, and each alarm has a label to remind me what I'm meant to be doing at that time. So when I don't have an alarm for the first one. When I do heart meditation, then I breathe in love, and I breathe out whatever quality I feel I need that day, or whatever quality feels important in that moment. Then before breakfast, I do a little yoga and I draw in energy. And then, what's the next thing? Oh yes, when I brush my teeth after breakfast, there's a set of prayers that I say. And it goes on like that. And each of the practices is very small. I can do it I can just spend 30 seconds doing it. If I'm having a really, really crappy day, I can just spend 30 seconds doing it. And if I'm having an exceptionally crappy day, the chances are I will feel up to doing one of those 8 practices for 30 seconds. So there's never a day when I feel like I've failed. So my perfectionist is kept happy. And when I have a really good day and I manage all 8 meditations, all 8 practices, then my overachiever is really happy because, hey, I did 8 practices today, which isn't the point, of course. The point is that it brings me back to centre and it helps me to connect and remember. But it keeps those parts of me that I often find stumbling blocks, it keeps those parts of me happy. And when they're happy, they don't get in my way. When they're happy, they come along with me. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. And even though it's a lot of things, I don't have to do all of them every day. And each one of them is very small and very simple. So that's my current tactics for keeping myself on track with my spiritual practice. Yeah, so I would love to hear comments or questions. I think my one viewer is having trouble getting into the group chat at the moment. So I think comment, let me put escape and see if there's anybody here. I was going to see if I could get back to the Google Hangout page on Google Plus to see if there are any questions there. But so I think we can maybe carry on this conversation on that Hangout page on Google Plus. If you watch this later and you have any comments or questions or experiences of your own to share, please put them there. You can put them in the comments on the YouTube video page where this video will be posted. And you can put them, I'll be sharing this on my Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Priestess Elinor, all one line with a capital P and a capital E. Yeah, and I'll share a link to that as well. So there are 3 different places you can leave a comment. Probably the simplest is going to the Google Plus Hangout page, but those other places are available for you to view and to comment or to share experiences or to ask questions. I hope you've enjoyed this, what turned out not to be a Q&A with me, Priestess Elinor. I hope to connect with you. I'm on Facebook at my Facebook page, Priestess Elinor. I'm also on Facebook as Elinor Predota, as Elinor, which is ELLIE_NOR. And of course, you can find out more about me and what I do at elinorpredota.com. That's ELINOREREDOTA.com. Okay, well, I hope you join me again next week, because even though I don't know what you think of it yet, I've actually really enjoyed this. So I look forward to engaging with you then, and I hope to see you around the internet in between now and then. The other thing, I just wanted to let you know that I'm a guest on Amethyst Mahoney's Magic Up Your Life Google Hangout on air on Friday, this Friday coming, the 20th. Today's the 24th, so that would be the 29th of August at British time. So that's 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific time. I'm afraid I haven't got the other time zones of the world memorised. So I hope you'll tune in for that. Amethyst will be talking to me about some of the stuff I've been talking about today, but also about spiritual connection and how that relates to magicking up your life. So that will be an interesting experiment for me too, because I've never been interviewed live on air with video as well before. So I hope you'll join me and Amethyst Mahoney for that. I hope you'll join me next week on Q&A Sunday. And I hope you really enjoy your week. Bye for now.